Day One Effects, that record was just hot in the club.
Right.
And it just took off and it just went platinum.
That was when I got older.
The demoest sounding record ever by those guys. Yeah. And that shit went fucking platinum. Don't fucking figure.
Right.
You know?
Right.
See, something I want to tell you young people, don't ever sleep on simple shit. Don't ever sleep on maybe taking a whatever record that you can find at maybe your uncle, your grandfather, whatever, or you think it's hot, and you hook it up in the studio, something simple, and it blow up. You never know.
You never fucking know. That's a big fact.
And it was a big record. It just blew up. I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good. I was gonna say though, I had older siblings, and they were into hip hop. You know, I was a little kid back in the '80s or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the first records that I fell in love with was Day One Effects. Because my older brother and sister, they were playing that shit all the time. And at first I was like, cut that shit off. You know, I'm listening to Crisscross. You know what I'm saying? And they like, fuck is that? They don't even know nothing about hip hop, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm hearing that, doom, doom. And I'm like, ooh, that shit sound hard. After a while, I'm in the room, bump, skiggy, the moment. I'm like, oh, you see what I'm saying?
And see,
I'm losing
and mind you, that's that sample that was on the Black Season soundtrack. And see, Lord Finesse and them used that first. You know?
Okay.
But they used it, it just went
through the roof.
It just went through the roof. Maybe it's because of that style they had. They was spitting on top of that record.
Yeah. And it could be production as well, because whoever did that bass line is what got me. I don't know about for anybody else, but that bass line got me. I was like maybe 6 or 7. I was in the house like, what's
it was hard. It was,
man.
You know, that Dead Series album was a classic. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good moment to see in hip hop. You know, another good moment I got to see was Big L.
Ooh, okay.
I was still hanging out with my boy, rolling with the Sauce.
Okay.
We were drinking. We had Long Island iced teas. We was with some girls. We almost got kicked out of the club because we was drinking. We was acting so rowdy. But it was big. It was at the Ritz in New York.
Okay.
Big L was live on stage with Lord Finesse. It was Lord Finesse, Big L, I think Chris was there, KRS One, that's my mentor, and Fushnikins, and
Fushnikins, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And the second time I got to see Big L perform on stage for the last time was at the Manhattan Center at the Rocksteady anniversary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He was on stage with Fat Joe and Diamond D. That was the very last time. And the next 2 years,
right, yeah,
right,
yeah, you know, Harlem native, so you know I know the story and all of that.
You know,
we're gonna keep it at that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 99 was sad because it was him and it was Freaky Top from Lost Boys.
Oh, Lost Boy, yeah, that Freaky Top. Right.
99 was sad.
Right.
99 was a sad year for hip hop.
Yeah.
And so, and even in regular music, you know.
But Big L, being that I moved to Harlem, 96, 97, Big L was a part of my music career. Like, I wanted to rhyme like him because he was one of the first few rappers who rhymed different than the people behind him.
Yeah. So
I was like, yo, that style of rap, that's fire right there. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And I learned about him and I was like, nah, Big L, where you from? 139th? What? I live on 132nd. Blah, blah, blah. So I would go to school and tell people I met him and shit. I never met him, whatever.
Yeah.
But they would get jealous and shit. And I'd be like, yeah, he showed me how to rap, blah, blah, blah. And then I got nice quick.
Yeah.
So I ain't kind of sound like him, but I kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
And then you had the locks coming out, and I was really fond of Jadakiss. I was like, nah, I want to sound like that dude.
Yeah.
So I kind of took a lot of those styles and I kind of just put it all in the pot.
Oh yeah, and you know, and then the Locks, they was killing the mixtape circuit because I remember hearing them on mixtapes.
Yeah.
Even with Clue mixtapes and
The Professional and all of those. Yeah.
You know, and Mary just took the tape and gave it to Puff, and the rest was history.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
You know, and Puff knew what to do with them, and he put them on the Benjamins. That was out of here.
I think he had a different vision for them though.
Yeah.
Like I think the vision he had for them wasn't the vision they had for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why today a lot of artists are trying to really control the creative and the business sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that they get their foot in, you know what I mean? Because
absolutely.
I think that's where Diddy did them wrong, even though they would have made billions of dollars maybe, but Diddy didn't give them the creative control that they wanted.
Yeah.
And that kind of hindered them, but
it did. I mean, but then again, you can't deny that Money, Power, Respect.
Now that is a solid record.
Was a classic record, a classic album.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And it was just all the way around classic. And that was big for the Locks, big for Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? Because they were still kind of like reeling from the whole situation with Big getting shot and killed out in L.A.
Right.
But then when that record came out, that just kept Bad Boy like going, kept him on the map. And, you know, and it was just. And then you had DMX. He was like the rising star, and he just got on there and just really just killed it at the end of the record.
Yeah. Man, yeah. You know? And then Kim, the whole situation. That's what I'm saying. Diddy has the right level of people as far as like professionalism around him, so he could just pull these people, and then y'all get in the studio, y'all gonna make magic. Oh yeah. But I think you gotta let them be creative, and that's probably why they left Bad Boy, you know what I'm saying, altogether, because of the business and the creative part. Yeah, because at least Rough Riders let them get to be themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that was cool. Yeah. You know, and Rough Riders, you know, they're great in their own right. Oh yeah. You know, and then, you know, having Swiss Beats be the house producer. Right. You know, and well, DNY, they from where hip hop started. They from Cedric Projects. Wow. So, you know what I mean? They had a lot of influence when it came to music, so they already knew what to do. Once they got the bag, that was it. They could just run with it. You know absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And, you know, it's like they made their mark. You know, Rough Riders is like, they made their brand. They made their mark. Yeah. You know? So it's just like, you can't deny the legacy of Rough Riders with the Locks, Eve, DMX, Dragon. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Yeah, you can't take that away from him. No, you can't. You definitely can't. That's a big fact. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back into it. So, being that you have an extensive history in hip hop, being that you got a lot of stories and we got through some of those. I got stories for days. I already know. I got stuff behind the scenes that you haven't heard. But right. And you gotta realize I worked at the Source, so that's a plus for me because they, Source, they consider it the Bible of hip hop, which it kind of still is. You know, they still kind of, historically they made their mark. So yeah, they did. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. I had a lot of fun times with my guy Ronan. Right. You know, at Ronan, he's a very prolific writer. You know what I'm saying? He did all those interviews with Gangstar, with Dr. Dre. I'll never forget. I'll tell you one moment. And he was coming back from LA interviewing Dr. Dre during the making of The Chronic. And we was at his girlfriend's house, Randy, on West 21st Street, Manhattan. Right? Okay. He's just getting back from LA. Okay. He's got the tape of The Chronic. It's not out yet. Pops it in his girlfriend's double cassette deck. She got like a little sound system. Okay. She's got a little money. She lives a nice place, white girl, right? Okay. And pops it in. And he wanted to know what I feel about it. First song he played was Nothing But a G Thing. He popped it. I heard it. He's like, Dynamite, what you think about it? This shit is fucking high. What you mean what I think about it? Right. Shit is banging. Enough said. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, right before my eyes, Uncle Ralph McDaniel, shout out to Ralph McDaniel. Shout out to Ralph McDaniel. He gets a hold of the G Thing video before MTV got a hold of it. Remember what video music box, man. I mean, they was getting shit underground early. He got a hold of it early. Yeah. Remember back then, MTV wasn't really trying to do hip hop yet. Yeah. Until Ed Lover and them came with MTV Yo Rap. So they would do hip hop, but it was just so for the simple fact that Ralph got a hold of the video first. Oh, okay. And it just took off. Then MTV got a hold of it, and next thing I know, number one. Went number one. Just like that. Yeah, man. And I had the whole album. I was bumping it. It was crazy. And then my brother didn't, was staying at the house where I was staying at. This guy would always invade my room, try to steal my tapes. He stole that fucking Chronic tape. I would have stole that shit too. And guess what? He would right back out. He would out bought it. I'm like, nigga, you got the tape. Why you out bought for? Double support. Yeah, but he, but it was like he just wanted my opinion. I just said it was hot. And he interviewed Dr. Dre out there during the making of that record. Wow. That's another moment. So it's just like seeing, and then you know what?
the Chronic came and it just changed everything at that point, because it was just like, okay, he was doing like R&B style production, and then it was just like, wow, you in New York just in awe. I'd be like, well, damn, did it sound clear? Like motherfuckers was had to step their game up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but like I said, everything comes full circle. And the thing I like, you know, like with the Roots, what I love about them, they're a hip hop band, just like Stetsasonic was a hip hop band.
Absolutely.
But see, the different thing with the Roots is that they didn't replay the breakbeat; they became the breakbeat. They became that. They didn't have to. They didn't have to. They understood everything about breakbeat culture.
Right.
They just became it. They just diagnosed it. They didn't have to replay it.
Right.
They just spit it out in their own inevitable way, and it sounded great. That's why you have those great Roots records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they're doing their thing on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. That's why they're still on Def Jam. Matter of fact, when Jay-Z was president, he signed them.
Okay.
You know.
I remember that.
So that's why they're still there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're so incredible as a band, and Black Thought's so incredible as a lyricist. You know, it's just
for
like
a long time they were very underrated by the masses, but now they finally getting the respect that
they are.
You know,
like I said, they didn't have to replay the breakbeat; they became the breakbeat.
Yes,
they became that. They understood that,
and they stayed true, man. They never switched up their style to make people happy. You know, they stayed to who they were.
They stayed who they were. They're talented where they can go anywhere, any direction they want.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that they really understood breakbeat culture. Okay, we don't have to replay it, but this is how it should go, like this.
Right.
Boom.
Right. So my next question: how do you feel about ghostwriting?
Ghostwriting, wow. I come from the school, man. You gotta write your own lyrics, man. I'm just saying, it's just like that's just like, you know.
It is what it is when it comes to that.
Yeah, you know, like you're a rapper by default because somebody's writing your shit, man. You know, you gotta. I come from, you know, even that whole situation with, you know, with Big Bang Hank, God bless his dead, Sugar Hill Gang. He took Grandmaster Cash's lyrics, and people thought that was his lyrics.
Right.
It was Cash's lyrics, and that's early ghost. That was ghostwriting by default back then.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, you have to write your own lyrics. Songwriting is cool.
Right.
I'm a songwriter.
Right.
My brother's a songwriter. I don't, you know, because I can write. You know, see, the thing was, I was in two different rap groups. Where, you know, now back in those days with the greats, they would always do this thing called harmonizing. Now, at that time, when you were going to do a show, it was like you had to put on a show.
Right.
Like the break beats and the lyrics was for the dudes, the dancing and the harmonizing, you know, the routines and the harmonizing, that was for the girls.
Okay.
So you would do anything. You would take somebody's song and would switch it up and make a harmonize out of it.
Okay.
Like I could do some harmonize for you. Like, okay, I'll give you one example. Fresh 3MCs, you know those guys?
I think so.
FRESH, Fresh.
Yeah.
They did a harmonize of Earth, Wind & Fire. So talking about funky, fresh 3MCs, and you know we're out to please. We bring you fly girls to your knees. So take a stand.
I remember that.
Take a stand. You know.
I remember that.
That's what you did to get those girls' attention. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know you wanted to get those girls after the show.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, so therefore me doing. Because when I was doing harmonizers for the rap groups I was in, you know, I just realized something. I was like, oh, hold on. Oh, shit. You know what I just realized? I could actually write my own shit.
Right.
Harmonizing taught me how to be a songwriter. So that's what I do. I can write songs. I can write like that. Like the next single that I got coming out called A Happy Hooker. I came up with that because I was feeling the melody. You know, this Luther Vandross sample that nobody ever fucked with. You know, back when he was just called Luther on Atlantic.
That's Little Luther. That's not Big Luther. Right.
And I just went like, cash money can make a happy hooker smile. When you take her home, she guaranteed to get freaky while I just let the melody be my guide, and then the words just fucking come.
Okay.
That's just how I write. Because if I'm feeling it, the words will be there. That's why lots of times when I sit still, you know, when I'm by myself with no distraction, and the best time to write is late at night. It'll come to me. I just just close my eyes and just listen to the music, and then the words will just come just like that.
That's how I do too.
And I write. Sometimes I don't even write the hook down, and I just put it in my phone.
Right.
You know, and that's it.
Go.
And then there it goes. That's how it comes. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, like I said, harmonizing taught me how to write hooks, taught me how to write songs, and I can actually write. You know, I can actually write a song. You know what I'm saying? But ghostwriting for other people, right? No, I wouldn't do that.
So you never had a ghostwriter. You wouldn't have a ghostwriter going forward.
No,
but do you respect others who've had ghostwriters that were successful?
I wouldn't say I would definitely give them, like, if that's the way they got to get their money and get paid, yo, get your money, bro. I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
But I still come from that school of like, man, gotta write your own stuff.
Yeah, I feel the same. See, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, I'm not mad at it because when I did the history of ghostwriting, it's been around for a long, long time.
Yes,
like,
it has.
Talking about Ray Charles and even before that.
Yes, it has. Yes.
So when I look at it today, if I get on a Mike Orgi record, right?
Yeah.
And I put 3 words in it, I ghost wrote for you by default.
Yeah.
I didn't write your song.
Yeah.
But I wrote a line. And in royalty aspect, I'll get a check from that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I'll get title credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, on the album. So it all depends on what we mean by ghostwriter. Is the artist like Drake is in the center of attention as far as ghostwriters for hip hop, right? Drake is so busy.
Yeah.
Drake is doing so much with his time, with his life.
Yeah.
That for him to focus like the first album, I don't think he has the time to do that. So he needs a table full of writers.
And you know something? It's the same thing with Queen Latifah. And you know what? I know Latifah's gonna get mad at me. I'm sorry, Latifah. I gotta tell the truth. But
Dana, it's okay, Dana. We love you, baby.
We love you. Right. That first album she wrote. She did write. The second album she had Treach write for her.
Okay.
Lakim write for her.
Okay. All right.
And Apache write for her.
Well, it's a Jersey native, so I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why not?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, come on. I mean, Apache wrote on that Order in the Court album. You know what I'm saying? God bless his soul.
Right.
But but she had, and then for her to put out those 2 singing albums because she had nobody writing for her. She just did singing, just did singing remakes of old songs, and it was cool. And it's sad to say that she went platinum and wasn't even rap that made it go platinum. It was the singing.
Yeah.
You know, that's why lots of times, man, I tell people it's not always all about rap.
Right.
Like, look at Drake.
He got best of both worlds. He can harmonize, sing, and make music.
And then I'll give you a classic example. Like, now, BLS, they play that but classic hip hop. They don't play new hip hop like that.
No, not at all.
At all. You know? And I was in shock when I heard that. When I heard Chuck Chill do his mix, he was playing a Nicki Minaj record, Truffle Break record during the day, but it won't be a rap record. It'll be a singing record, and I guess in BLS's eyes, they consider that to be R&B. And see, that was smart on his part, where it was like, okay, I got to do more than just rap. Let me just sing.
Yeah.
And that worked for him.
Yeah.
And guess what? It got him on an R&B station.
Yeah.
They don't even necessarily play new rap during the day.
Well, he's so pop now that he's on, WBLS. He's on Z100.
Yeah, I know.
This guy's all over the fucking place. That's what I'm saying. Like, when we talk about those conversations of ghostwriters, I'm talking about the hardcore dudes. Like,
I mean,
and those guys.
Come on, bro. Run DMC ghostwriter for the Beastie Boys with that song.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so, you know what I mean? I don't disrespect them.
No, I'm not going to disrespect
I respect them for getting their money, but lyrically, you're not writing what you've been through.
Yeah.
So that's where you lose a few points. But at the end of the day, I love it, man. Make your money.
Yeah, you know,
Make your
and it's like, and I'm not gonna bash people for it. You know, I'm not into, I'm not into like, bad. You know, it's the same thing on a production level. Okay, you know, I mean, even though Timbaland got a couple of like producers under him, Dr. Dre got a couple of producers under him, and one of them happened to be Scott Storch, and it's cool because anything to make the track come together and make it sound great. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you want that track to be great. You don't want it to be good. You want it to be incredible. You want it to be great. You want it to like go through the mold. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
You know, that's the whole idea. That's why I don't even on this EP, and even on the next project I'm going to do, I don't mind giving somebody the wheel and letting them take the reins and let them do what they need to do.
Absolutely.
You know, like the song I got Punani. My man Toast, shout out to Toast, his brother Chase had a track. He brought it to my attention. I heard it. I like it. It took me like less than 10 minutes to write it, and just went in the studio and knocked it out. It took 2 hours to basically like do vocals and mix that track because I mixed that track myself. Okay. But his brother produced it. Chase on Deck. Shout out to Chase on Deck. You know, and then you got my guy Tiger Styles. Well, his real name is Tarshawn, but I call him T for short. Okay. He's from out of Queens. Okay. And he gave me this trap beat of like, and I was in the studio and it was there, and I called it Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, it's going down, she's going down. Because I figured like, well, shit, if Kanye and Jay talk about niggas in Paris, why not I just talk about fucking being in Amsterdam? Right. No brainer, and I just wrote the shit right on the spot and knocked it out, remixed it, and that's it. You know. That's it. Yeah. And he produced the track, and then I co-produced another track with him because he had a club beat, and I was like, "Yo, check this out. I got this record that everybody in Newark, Jersey like to rock sometime. There before the grace of God." Oh, right. He was digging it. He loved it. I co-produced it with him right on the spot. So I got a little he produced that one, but he produced that one with me. Right. You get the credit. You get the co-production credit. Because he had the beat. He had the club beat that he played for me in the studio. Right. And I had this Grace of God sample by Machine. Right. That worked. You know what I'm saying? And that's magic right there. Yes, it is. When y'all able to like just, like I said, just put things together and create. I think that's because nobody in hip hop never fucked with Machine Grace of God, and that record is like 42 years old too. Right. You know, and come on, you throw that on at a party. Right. The matter of fact, it's heard in that I forgot the John Leguizamo movie. I forgot the name of the movie. Which one? His early stuff. No. Some of his recent stuff. I forgot the name of the movie. I guess it was like a movie set in the 70s or something like that. Okay. But he's in the movie. They were playing the record. Okay. And that's, I figure like let's use it. You know, like it's a hot record. You know, if it's a hot record, it's a hot record. I don't, and it's just, that's why I pride myself on going to my spots in New York and in Jersey, being on stuff on 12 inches, 45s albums, and I hear something that I think is like gold, like and I'm in the moment, and I'm in a vibe, like let's go for it, let's do it, right, let's knock it out, boom, let's go. I go to Dubway Studios, I grab my engineer, like come on, let's rock, let's do it, because I like to be in that moment of like of capturing like lightning in a bottle. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Yeah. Because you want to be in that moment of coming up with something, and you're thinking of something off your head, rhyme wise, hook wise, and be like, oh yeah, this will be the shit. Just get that shit down. That's why lots of times when I'm by myself and something comes to me, I have to write that shit down because I will jot it down. Yeah. Just jot that shit down. Oh man, let me say this shit like this. Oh, this will be fucking fire. Let's get that shit off. It's the same thing even production. Just do it like that. Now it's just that was the kind of the case with Mark with Hard Knock Life with Jay-Z. Right. Nobody at that time wasn't thinking about sampling a show tune. But
No.
I remember the review in the source. They said a real beat fiend would use anything,
Right.
anything, even a show tune from a Broadway show. Like
If you're a top tier rapper, you hear any kind of music, you can go.
yeah. And the story how that went, I think, as a matter of fact, it's on YouTube, but I'll tell a story. Okay, basically, Mark did the beat because he was actually, he got the record for a quarter, and he was actually looking for the horns on it. They didn't have no horns, but he created the beat as is with the "It's a Hard Knock Life." Pressed it up on the plate. He gave it to Kid Capri. Him and Kid Capri, he's friends with Kid Capri.
Okay.
Kid Capri was DJing on the Puff Daddy tour, the No Way Out tour.
I remember that.
And Jay-Z was on that tour. He didn't like the way he was being treated on the tour, and him and Dame, they wanted to leave. But as he was getting ready to leave, Kid Capri was playing in between the shows, and he happened to play Mark's plate.
Okay.
And he come up there, and he asked Kid Capri, like, yo, that shit is hot. Who that? He said, you don't know who that is? He said, that's the 45K. That's the guy that gave you that record.
Yeah.
Is that word? Okay. And yeah, I'll let you talk to him. Kid Capri called up Mark right on the spot as he, and gave the phone to Jay.
Rest is history.
Rest is history.
There we go.
And at the time, Mark was still living in New York, up on West 43rd Street, right around the corner from Tavern on the Green. We had a studio with a view, and he did that shit right there.
Nice.
Hard Knock Life. He had everything on a reel,
Right.
and he had Jay come through there and did it in one take. Is what you
Yeah,
heard.
that's Jay-Z for you, man.
And that was a big record, and that was one of Jay's biggest records of his career.
Oh yeah, that was what took him to the next level.
It did.
It definitely did.
It did. It did. And then, Mark came back and did that joint for Eminem, that Stand record.
Oh man.
I couldn't believe it. I think my brother told me about it. He was like, Mike, that Mark did Stand. I was like, on the Eminem record. I was like, word, for real? Tease don't go. I was like, wow, he did that.
That was the Dido sample.
He did that? Yeah. He just said he happened to be watching a TV show, and he just took it in his basement, looped it, threw a beat under it, sent it in the scope. It got in the hands of Jimmy Iovine and them over there in the scope, gave it to him.
That's Mr. Interscope right there, Jimmy.
Rest is history.
Yeah.
And it went on to sold 10 million records, and it won a Grammy.
Yeah. So there you have it.
And he got the Grammys right in his house, by the way.
Okay.
Like if you go in his house, you will see his Grammy Award.
Nice. Well, listen, my brother, I got to run in a little bit.
Okay.
We shared some great stories. We did an excellent interview.
Yeah.
You want to get into some bars or real quick or?
Okay. Maybe they might have heard this one, but yeah. It's Pure Dynamite, aka Mike Orgi. Check it out. Every week I got a new flow, some new dough and a new hoe. I gotta get mine, yo. I gotta get it while the getting is good. Get the money, get them out the hood. Got the girls getting it out my wood. I'm Orgi. I screw all day. The pure paid in full, meaning paid all day. The bachelor is Guccione. I'm the one that only likes Sony, the innovator. Middle finger to the haters. Strip club attendee. All the jealous ones envy. The P pull it every honey. Spell the A for ass. The B is for bachelor. C is for capital G for game. Respect the name. I'm far from lame. I aim to win and not please. Porn star on her knees. She swallowed these and she can't get my car keys. Hitting her from the back to the middle. Nut on her left nipple. Twist her back till she cripple. Take it if you can't have. You can make it. It's no sweat. It can't last. Came on fast. Fast life is money. Tits and ass. My weekdays a book. Then gets overlooked. I'm copying me a calendar book. It got took. I'm an all-day crook. Word. Check this out. I'm gonna let y'all know something. I can spit 5,000, 2,500, 600 minutes. I can rock 5,000, 2,500, 600 bars. I can rock 5,000, 2,500, 600 minutes. I can spit 5,000, 2,500, 600 bars. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's your man, Pure Dynamite, aka Mike Orgi.
Yes, sir.
Rocking with bars on deck.
Yes, sir.
Because my bars are definitely on deck.
That's a fact.
Don't forget it. That Exhibitionist EP is out on digital platforms right now. Go get it. It's on Tidal,
Yeah.
Amazon Music,
Yes. Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, you can even
YouTube
follow him
Music.
on YouTube, right?
That's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Instagram at Pure Dynamite fan page 1, Twitter at Mike Orgi. You see the shirt, all right? Facebook /Pure Dynamite. Word up. It's Pure Dynamite, aka Mike Orgi, representing Jersey. I'm out.
Yes, sir.